Hello, I'm Nathan Judah. I'm here with Wolves reporter Mr. Tim Spiers. And Tim, it would be folly of me not to do a video on Lake Geneva when we're here, and it's absolutely stunning. It's absolutely glorious.
It is. I prefer the River Trent, to be honest. But it's got its charms. It's charms. Nice view.
Oh, we've got a little boat coming by as well, just docking here in the background. I mean, really, to be honest, I would rather be at Queen Street, Wolverhampton.
This shop's got its perks, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. And look, the players are working hard. We're working hard. No, we are working hard. But we've got some more stuff to discuss. First of all, let's discuss a couple of departures. First of all, one of my favourites of all time, Prince Onyege. He's gone.
What was your favourite game that you played in?
He played in the 2-1 win over Luton.
Anyway, so Prince Onyege's gone.
Gone, baby, gone.
Permanently.
What, forever?
We will never see him again.
Shame.
Never see the like of him again either.
Why? I quite liked him. He had a couple of decent games.
He scored against Burton.
Yeah.
Memorably.
Yeah.
And against Wigan, I think, as well.
Okay, yeah, decent size. Sorry, Burton, Wigan.
He had the attributes to do something, but it never really happened for him.
Yeah.
Came in at a time where the club was in turmoil. Really, Zenga signed a lot of players. Nobody kind of knew. Zenga didn't know what the best team was, and then Lambert came in and kind of stuck with his tried and tested Brits, didn't he? Really, with Jack Price and Dave Edwards in midfield instead. Yeah. So, and then he was bombed out, and he's been out on loan really ever since. So yeah, I think he could have done something in English football, but we didn't see enough from him. He didn't get a proper enough run in the team. So yeah, good riddance. no, it's a shame it hasn't worked out for him, but really nice guy. And moving back to France is probably the best move for him.
You haven't even said what club he's gone to.
I can't pronounce it. So
what do you mean? Oh, come on!
It's spelled
come on, you've been doing it really well here. You've been speaking French, German.
French, German, new language.
French and German. You've been speaking.
New language. C-A-E-N. Can.
Right.
Cien.
Kien.
You're the travel expert.
Shan.
Okay.
Shan, we'll go with that. And one other departure, I know that it didn't happen today, but Roderick Miranda, bit of a shock because he was here, wasn't he? You thought if there was a move imminent, then maybe he wouldn't have travelled out here.
Yeah, he came out with the squad. Yeah, when they came out last Friday. Was still in training on Monday, then left training Monday night to seal a move to
Olympiakos, Champions League, baby.
In Greece, they finished third last year, but generally thought of as the biggest club in Greece. So I think it's a pretty decent move. Decent move for him. Barely seen him really since Christmas. Obviously, there was these betting allegations which came out around the same time. I'm sure it wasn't a coincidence that he hasn't really been in the team since. Yeah. I mean, he started the season. He was a regular. He was keeping Ryan Bennett out of the team, wasn't he, at the time, and. Did okay, and then the mistakes started to creep in. I mean,
he had a rick in him, didn't he?
He did. He always looked good on the ball. He's got good technique, good at bringing it out from the back. Yeah. I think that's why Wolves bought him, because that's what obviously the change in tactics that they went for, bringing it out from the back, and he was good at that. But yeah, defensively, he did have an error in him, and that came up a few too many times, including on his last couple of appearances. He played against Hull, was it, at home 2-2, and then at Sunderland away. Those were his last two appearances. Mistakes in both. Yeah. So he's not Premier League standard. I think it's fair to say. So are we thinking that Courtney Hawes is potentially a backup in Premier League standard, or do you think they're going to bring one more in central defensively? I would have thought they'd bring someone in personally. They're not really the type of club to leave things to chance. I think they'll bring in a top-rated centre half. Really, before the window closes. So, and as in a starter, so you would expect Cody Bolly and another, or do you think Ryan Bennett will be the one who will start? As we've said before, they don't tend to bring in players to fill out the squad. So whoever they come in tends to be first choice and improve what they've got. So you'd expect them to do that again. They've worked really hard again today, and to be fair, going into the young boys game, still plenty of places up for grabs. You'd have thought. In the first team? Well, as in like squad-wise, there's some of the youngsters doing really, really well. The youngsters doing really, really well. People like Morgan Gibbs-White, Ryan Bennett, Danny Bart, these are the ones you're looking at really at needing a decent pre-season to kind of maybe try and persuade Nuno that you need me in the first team, or you need me on the bench even for that first game against Everton.
Well, Morgan Gibbs-White surely has got a chance of potentially starting against Everton. You'd have thought, with the way that things are at the moment. I know Roman Saiss comes back, but if there's talk about him dropping to centre back, then you're looking at Neves and Gibbs-White.
Roman Saiss back next week. We'll see. I mean, he's been midfielder for 2 years at Wolves.
Yeah.
He obviously centre half from Morocco. Wolves' defence is pretty settled to me. I'd be surprised if they moved him back, but it wouldn't be the first time Nuno's changed somebody's position. So yeah, Gibbs-White, I would say for me, he's on the bench for that first game, which is fantastic for him if that happens.
Yeah.
Still only 18 years old. Barely started any league games in his career. He came off the bench a lot last season and then made that start on the last day away at Sunderland. But if he's in and around it, that's fantastic for him. And I think he's got the talent to actually do something. It's not just a token gesture because he's an academy player or because he's English or whatever. He's good enough to be part of this.
You don't think that he'll be one of the people, if they do get one or two more in, that he would maybe benefit from a season going out in the Championship?
I think he's better off where he is, and playing the cup games, playing the Checker Trade games as well. Remember, that's a factor this year. Because you're looking at potentially 4 Carabao Cup games maybe like last season, and 4 or 5 Checker Trade games maybe. That's a
bonus for Wolves this year, being in that competition from a development point of view.
That's a decent amount of games. Then you add an FA Cup on top of that, you're looking at least 10 games. So that's
before any Premier League games or the odd substitute appearances.
It's a decent amount, and these are going to be important matches. So yeah, for me, he goes nowhere for me. I think, like I said, he's good enough to be in and around it. And just getting minutes, just being with training with Nuno every day, it's going to be invaluable.
Just speaking to the youngsters as well. I know you spoke to Elliot Watt, and you've spoken to Ryan Giles, and they just. First of all, both of them, fair play, absolutely superb, head on shoulders, just incredible. But they appreciate being here. They're not just here to make up the numbers. I think they've been treated as adults, and I think they're doing a really good job, and they've impressed the right people.
They were integrated into it kind of a week before they came out to Switzerland, and the best thing for me is that these guys don't look daunted. They know it's a small window of opportunity, and they're ready to grasp it with both hands. You're not really detected any nerves from them. They just know that this is a hugely exciting time to be part of the club, and this is their chance to impress. And like I said, maybe earn a loan move, or at least be in the manager's thinking for those cup games or whatever. But a huge opportunity. Not all 6 of them will be involved in the first team in the future, of course. So I'm very impressed with their maturity. Very impressed with the way that the group's kind of opened them with open arms. It's a friendly group. There's not many egos in there really. It's a good group to be integrated into. So fantastic experience for them, and they'll be much better off for doing it.
And some silverware is on the line.
It's coming home.
It is coming home, baby. The Urn Cup.
Yeah.
Urn Cup. So, yeah, up for it, to be fair. End of the day, young boys are going to be a pretty strong side, though. It's not going to be no walkover, is it?
No, God no. They finished 15 points ahead of Basel last season. They beat Feyenoord 3-0 the other night. Swiss champions, they're going to be very, very decent opposition, which is exactly what Wolves want. I think, having spoken to a couple of players this week, they've said in pre-seasons in the past, not necessarily with Wolves, you play against lower league teams who don't really give a damn and are just there to up their fitness levels. You don't get a proper game. Whereas this season, Basel, Young Boys, Ajax, then you've got Derby, you've got Stoke, you've got Villarreal, you've got a couple of games in Germany.
Sure.
Really good stand of opposition that gets you ready for that Everton game, doesn't it, on August the 11th, I think. Rather than just having to kick around and building up your fitness. Wolves have been building up their fitness all summer with these runs they've been having in the off season. They just want to play some good football now. We saw with their second goal against Basel the other night that's kind of there as well. They don't look that rusty to me. They look at a decent level. So yeah, Young Boys tomorrow. Interested to see if he does a game with 2 halves again, as he has done in the first game.
So that's our ride just going there. Oh dear,
fantastic.
Gonna have to get home. Hi, guys. Yeah, no one. No, I didn't even get away. Unbelievable.
Is Brighton Bakari on there? he's finally got
George Mendes on the top deck, bronzing away. Baby oil.
So yeah, he did first choice, second choice, split into 2 for the last game. Will he do that again?
What do you think?
I'm not sure. It seems like, without naming names, obviously there's a couple of knocks in the squad as well. So I'm not sure if they can do that as well. They might have to bring a couple of players out. We'll see. Bright is here now, so he can play a part as well, which is good. But you do start to build the fitness up now. Remember, they did have this practice game last Saturday as well, so they've done that. They've had 2 45 minutes under their belt. You might see them get more towards an hour now, and then gradually build up to get that 90 minutes against Villarreal before the big kick-off.
And me and Tim will be there to see the boys bring the Urn Cup home. For all the build up to this one, make sure you log on to expressandstar.com.